Very good morning and welcome to this edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. Bringing you the news, I am Hashni Patirana. And before we take a look at your news in detail, let's take a look at your headlines first.
News First headline.
President Kumara Dissanayake concludes first official visit to India. Parliament to debate budget for school supplies. Proposed legal amendments to annul provincial council nominations refer to Attorney General. In your international headlines, Luigi Mangione faces first-degree murder charge in death of healthcare CEO. And in your sports, Santner named New Zealand's white ball captain. And now on to our top story this morning. The delegation led by President Kumara Dissanayake completed the three-day official visit to India and returned to Sri Lanka last night. Throughout his three-day official visit to India, President Dissanayake held bilateral talks with many high-profile Indian officials, including President Draupadi Murmu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. These talks mainly focused on further strengthening the long-standing relations between the two neighbouring nations. And the visit, which spanned from the 15th to the 17th of December, was President Kumara Dissanayaka's first official visit overseas since assuming office. In more local news, a debate on the budget estimate for providing allowances for school students to obtain necessary supplies is scheduled to be held in Parliament today. It is scheduled to take place from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, the Parliament adjournment debate will thereafter take place from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And the relevant estimate was presented to Parliament yesterday by Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasurya. Under this new government initiative, starting from next year, school students will be entitled to an allowance of 6,000 rupees for school supplies, benefiting 1,025,000 students. Still in local news, the Ministry of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government says that the proposed legal amendments to annul the nominations submitted for the Provincial Council elections have been referred to the Attorney General. Subject Minister Professor Chandana Beratna said that the relevant amendments have been drafted and finalized by the legal drafters. Accordingly, based on the recommendations of the Attorney General, the proposal will be directed to the Cabinet. The Minister mentioned that thereafter it will be promptly presented to Parliament. The Cabinet took steps to annul the nominations submitted for the 2023 Provincial Council elections based on the consensus of political party leaders. Professor Chandana Beratna said that the relevant amendments are expected to be promptly presented to Parliament.
International news.
Now taking a look at your international news for this hour, Luigi Mangione has been charged with first-degree murder in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. According to New York District Attorney Alvin Bragg, Mangione faces various charges, including first-degree murder and 2 counts of second-degree murder, one of which describes the killing as an act of terrorism. Mangione is scheduled to appear for a court hearing on the 19th of December over whether he will be extradited to New York on the charges, though Bragg suggested the suspect may not fight extradition. The extradition proceeding is scheduled for the same day as Mangione's preliminary hearing on gun-related charges in Pennsylvania.
Sports news.
And we're finally taking a look at the sports update. Left-arm spinner Michel Santner was named as the successor to Kane Williamson as New Zealand captain in one-day internationals and T20 cricket today. The 32-year-old, who has played 243 internationals and captained his country in 28 short-format matches on a temporary basis, will take charge of the team for the first time in a T20 series against Sri Lanka starting in late December. Santner said it was an exciting time to take over the short-format teams with many of the generations that took New Zealand to the finals of the 2015 and 2019 ODI World Cups, having retired or approaching retirement. And with that, we wrap up this hour's Yes 101's Visual Radio. I'm Hashni Pathirana. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more of the very latest.